Okay, last time we started on أحكام النون الساكنة and تنوين. You don't have a paper? The rules of the nun sakina and tanween. And we said, what is the definition of nun sakina? The nun that is not mutaharrika. Nun with harakat is going to have fatha, kasra, or dhamma, right? These are the harakat. Harakat, actual meaning of the word harakat is the movement. Nun that is moving with fatha is going to be na, kasra, mi, dhamma, nun. So sakin is a condition. It's the opposite of mutaharrik. The condition of being sakin, not moving. And the sign for sukoon in Quran, we said it's going to look like this, right? But in Arabic, it looks like a circle. Does it have to have the sukoon sign on it? No. Sukoon meaning still, not moving. Sometimes we stop in Quran because all the Quran has harakat at the end, right? Because it's meant to be continuous. Sometimes when you stop on the ayat, we remove the harakah, we make the letter sakin at the end, right? Sometimes it's not going to even have this, but it is a condition. So noon, when it is sakina, it's not moving, it doesn't have harakat. Does it have to have the sukoon sign written? No, it doesn't, right? So meaning sukoon, not moving. Sukoon doesn't have fatha, kasra, or dhamma. What is tanween? Tanween is what? Fathatain, kasratain, or dhammatain. Okay? Tanween, it comes only at the end of a word, not in the middle, right? Noon sakina can come at the end or the middle of a word, right? Tanween only at the end. Tanween only comes at nouns, okay? What is the definition of tanween in Arabic? The definition of tanween, it means it's undefined. So it's opposite of the. The in Arabic means al-ta'rif, equals the. Tanween means in English a boy, unidentified boy, right? So tanween means unidentified. Al means defined, something you know what it is. So this is the definition. Why do I say أحكام النون الساكنة or tanween? So this means or, because tanween, right, sound like a what? Like a noon sakina, right? If I say waladan, waladin, waladun, what do you hear at the end? You hear the sound of a noon sakina. So if I have a dictation and a beginner student, I say write waladan. Sometimes you write it by mistake like this. Waladan. Because what? They heard the noon at the end. So they added a noon when they write it down. And this is wrong, of course. But they heard a noon, they wrote a noon. So tanween sound like what? Sound like a noon sakina. That's why when I do the rules of noon sakina, I say or the rules of tanween, because both of them sound like noon sakina. Tanween sound like a noon sakina, but it's not written, right? We just write the sign of it. Okay? So today we're gonna learn the rules of the noon sakina or the tanween. Rules of noon sakina or tanween. How many rules for the noon sakina or tanween? We have 4, right? We have 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. I'm gonna do it like this. It's coming from the same arrow. So we have 4 rules. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time we learned the first 2 rules. And they are the easiest of the 4. The first two rules, and they are the easiest of the four rules. Why they are easy? Because you can recognize them by shape. Just by looking at the shape of it, you tell me what's the name of the rule right away, right? So the first easy rule we learned last time is what? Iqlab. This is the how you say it. Iqlab. Okay? How you recognize the iqlab? Whenever you see what? The tall meme. Tall meme. This tall meme, you see it in the mushaf, you know the name of the rule is what? Iqlab. What does iqlab mean in Arabic? Iqlab means when you turn something into something else. You turn something into something else, okay? So what I'm talking about here, what is the title of the lesson? The noon sakina or the tanween, right? And I see this tall meme and I know I have to turn something into something else. What I'm gonna turn? I'm gonna turn the noon sakina or the tanween into a different letter, which gonna be meme, right? Makes sense? Because it's written there, meme. So this meme sometimes gonna be on top of the word, sometimes you're gonna find it in the bottom of the word. It depends on what. If it's the noon sakina, you're gonna find this meme written on top of it. Okay? If it's tanween, you're now not gonna see the tanween. You're just gonna find the tall meme on top. If it used to be tanween fath or tanween dam, you're gonna find it on the bottom if it used to be tanween kasr, right? So wherever you see the tall meme, the rule is called what? Iqlab. You learn the names of the rules in Arabic, please. So the rule is gonna be Iqlab. You turn the noon sakina or the tanween into a meme. How you gonna do this practically? Example. Okay? The word layunbadanna. Okay? It has a meme written above the noon. Right? The meme written above the noon. So I saw this meme automatically. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the noon into a meme, give it 2 counts, and you're gonna feel little vibration in your lips when you do this. Why? Why are you gonna feel this vibration? That means that your lips are relaxed and you're doing just a good meme. If you clench your lip too much, then you're not gonna feel this vibration. We don't do takalluf in Quran. Takalluf means like overdoing anything. We don't do this. You just be relaxed in everything. So if you overdo it, you're gonna look like the. We don't do this. Okay? So it's la yumbadanna, la yumbadanna. So the word's gonna be like this. So it's not noon, it turned into a meme. La yumbadanna, and 2 counts. La yumbadanna. So the key word for iqlab, vibration, 2 counts. You turn the noon into a meme and you're gonna feel the vibration and the 2 counts, right? What if you find it at the end, on top or on the bottom? That means it was what? It was tanween. Same thing. Vibration, 2 counts. You're gonna turn the noon or the tanween into a meme. So if you noticed in all the examples of the meme, tall meme in the Quran, you always 100% gonna find a meme, a ba after this. See this word followed by what? This noon with a meme on top. It's followed by a ba. That means it was always noon followed by a ba. What you gonna do? You turn this noon into a meme. So it became a meme followed by a ba. Right? 100%. What is the letter that gonna come after the rule iqlab? Ba. Just one letter. Okay, ba, always. So the first rule of the noon sakina or tanween is the what? Iqlab. What happens? You turn this noon or tanween into what? Meme. Very obvious. You see that all meme? Vibration 2 counts. Vibration and 2 counts. So this was the first rule we learned. Very easy. You see the meme, you do the vibration 2 counts. What's the name? Iqlab. Yes, you have a question?
Yeah. Does this rule apply only to the noon? Does it apply only to the noon?
Yes.
Okay, so if you see it like here above Hamza, what would you do? Like right here.
So that means what?
Do I change it?
That means I say if it was tanween, you're not gonna find the tanween written. You're gonna find just the meme. So this word used to be ma'an, tanween. Why they erase the tanween? Just for it's gonna be so crowded. You're gonna be like tanween and the meme, right? This. So it's gonna be too crowded. So I just, for the purpose of easiness, I put this the meme, and you know it was tanween. Okay? So you're still gonna do the iqlab. Because what? Because it was tanween. And there's what letter is following? Ba, right? 100%. So this is the iqlab. Tall meme, and you're gonna find a ba, 100%. You can find the tall meme, this tall meme, in the middle of a word like this. You can find it at the end of the word. That means it was what? It was tanween. If it's on the top, it was fathatain. If it was on the bottom, it was dammatain, kasratain, I'm sorry. Okay? So you know what to do. You see the meme? Vibration 2 count. Okay? Now, the next one that we learned last time, the easy one, also you recognize by the way it looks. What is the name of the rule? The name of the rule is izhar. How you say it like this? Izhar. What is the key word for izhar? What is the meaning of the word izhar in Arabic? Izhar, when you show something up. You show it up. What we're talking about, what you're gonna show up? You're gonna show the noon sakina or the tanween. How you're gonna show it? Just by saying it normally. Remember, when you don't know tajweed, you see any noon or tanween, you say it, right? So the key word in here is to say it normally. Say what normally? Say the noon or the tanween. You say the noon or the tanween normally. Say just normal noon, normal tanween, right? When I'm gonna say the tanween or the noon normally, what is the shape? Shape of what noon or tanween with this rule? The shape is gonna look like this. Noon with a sukoon sign. Sukoon sign written like this. Okay? You have to have this sukoon sign on the noon. Or what's the shape of that with tanween? Short and parallel fathatain. Short and parallel kasratain. Or one dhamma with a hat. Okay, one dhamma with a hat. Okay, so this is the shape of the noon or the tanween with this rule, izhar. When you see this, you do what? You say it normally. You see this shape, you say it normally. Noon with a sukoon sign, short and parallel, fathatain or kasratain, or one dhamma with a hat on top. Okay? You see this? What's the rule called? Izhar. How you read it? Normal. Normal noon, normal tanween. Okay? Example? Kufuwan ahad. Okay? In Surah Al-Ikhlas. Kufuwan ahad. If you looked at the shape of tanween, you're gonna notice now that they have two shapes in the Mus'haf. This shape, you know right away this is izhar. Kufuwan ahad. What did you do? How you read it? You read it normally, right? Wow, fathatain one, right? So you read the tanween normally, like a normal noon, like a normal tanween. Okay? This is izhar. Okay? You're gonna find a lot of examples for the noons with a sukoon sign. right? من أحد. من أحد. You're gonna find noon, sukun sign written, then you read it normally. Min, right? Normal noon. So when you see this rule is called what? Izhar. Okay, you read it normally, like before. So the first two rules are very easy. You look at it, you know what's the rule. You find a tawfeeq. The rule is called what? Iqlab. How you read it practically? Vibration 2 counts. You're gonna turn the noon or the tanween into a meme. We're gonna feel vibration in your lips with 2 counts. Next easy rule is the izhar. Keyword, read it normally. Izhar. What's the shape? Noon with a sukun sign, short and parallel, fathatain or kasratain, or one dhamma with a hat. And this is tanween dhamma, but it's written like one dhamma with a hat. Okay? Now, let's start with the last 2 rules. Last 2 rules of the أحكام النون الساكنة or the tanween. Okay? I'm gonna erase this. Okay? And you know that this is gonna look like this. It's coming from the same arrow. Why? Because they have the same shape of the noon and the tanween. That's why I put them with the same arrow. So I'm gonna just like do this. First one is iqlab. Second one is izhar. And the last 2 is the new ones that we're gonna learn today. They are coming from the same arrow. Why they are coming from the same arrow? Because they share the shape of the same noon and the tanween. They share the shape. Remember in izhar, we said the noon is gonna have what? Sukoon sign. In here, noon with a sukoon sign. What's the shape of tanween? Short and parallel. Short and parallel. One dhamma with a hat. Okay? Now, yes.
Okay, you're pronouncing it as hard.
Yes, it's hard.
It's confusing because it's a dot.
Just for the being simple, you can write it down with a th.
Okay, I was just trying to.
Yeah, because the th can be za, okay, vel, sorry, or va.
Oh.
Okay, so I just wrote it with a z because it's heavy. So idhar. Now, the first 2 easy rule, iqlab, izhar. Shape of the noon and tanween with the izhar is what? Noon, sukoon sign, or short and parallel, tanween, fath or kasr, or one dhamma or zahat. So we have one more shape in the mushaf. And this shape is shared between the last 2 rules we learned today. We're gonna learn today. What is the other shape in the mushaf? The last one for the noon and tanween. Noon with nothing on it. Nothing. Emptiness. There's nothing on the noon. They even call it a noon al-mu'arra. Mu'arra min al-haraka. It means naked noon. Nothing on the noon. Okay? No fatha, no kasra, no dhamma, nothing. And I know it's a noon sakina, right? But it doesn't have the sukoon written sign like this one for the izhar. So this is another thing that I have to watch for when I read in the mushaf. And be careful because if you have an Urdu mushaf, you're gonna have sukoon in everything. That's why I recommend that you use the Uthmani mushaf, the one we have, the mushaf al-Madini. Okay? The Urdu mushaf is you cannot use this way with it. Okay? It's very, very important. It's gonna be confusing for you. Because the Urdu mushaf, all the noon sakina has the sukoon sign everywhere. But in Uthmani mushaf, you can use this way with it. Okay? So, noon without anything. Naked noon. What is the shape of tanween? Tilted. Tilted and away. Fathatain, tilted and away, kasratain, or the two dhammas that we know the tanween should look like this, right? So it's a naked noon, noon without any harakat. What about the shape of tanween? Tilted and away, like this, doing like this. Not like the short and parallel, exactly the same, like the one with izhar. So it's different. Tilted and away, fathatain, tilted and away, kasratain, or two dhammas. So this is the only two shapes you're gonna see in the mushaf. Either this or this. Okay? You're gonna find either this or this. Okay? So this shape, the noon without anything, the tilted and away, or the two dhammas, are gonna give me two possibilities here. I have two possibilities for the last two rules we're gonna learn today. Give me two possibilities, either idgham or ikhfa. Okay, so the last two rules is named idgham or ikhfa. Okay, gonna learn each one of them now. They are sharing the same shape, right? They both gonna have noon without any harakat, or tilted and away, fathatain or kasratain, or two dhammas. So how I'm gonna differentiate between both in the most easy way without too much complication? There's an extra step I have to do, which is look at the letter after. If you look in your paper, you're gonna find like an emoji, like an eye, like this. Look at the letter after. After what? After what? What I'm talking about? The noon sakina or the tanween, right? So I'm gonna look at the letter after the noon or tanween, right? I'm gonna look at the letter after the noon and the tanween. Then what? Then I'm gonna ask myself a question. You're gonna find this in your paper. I write it the same way like this. You're gonna find an emoji like an eye. Look at the letter after and ask yourself a question. Okay, ask yourself a question. What is this question is? Is the letter after is a waw or a ya or has a shadda? This is the question. Is the letter after what? After the noon sakina or the tanween? Is a waw or a ya or has a shadda? This is the question. So this is like my signals. Waw, ya or shadda, like a traffic light. Whenever I see this, noon without harakat, tilted and away, fathatain, kasratain, or two dhammas, I have to do this every time. I'm gonna look at the letter after and ask myself a question. Is the letter after is a waw or a ya or has a shadda on it? Now the question has two answers, right? Yes or no, right? Yes if it has a waw or ya or has a shadda. No if it doesn't have one of these, right? So if my answer is yes, then the rule is called idgham. If my answer is no, then my answer is ikhfa. Okay? Till here. Any question? We're still gonna learn the definition of each one and how to say it. But just know this. Yes.
So yes is after if you have the
Waw, ya,
shadda.
or shadda.
And no,
If it doesn't have waw, ya, or shadda.
okay.
So just those three. We're gonna learn now why I picked those three. Because remember I told you last time, if you went in an advanced or you read this in the Tajweed book, how they teach these rules? They divide the alphabet into 4 groups, right? And whenever you see any noon sakina or tanween, they don't teach you how they look like. You just have to figure it out. It's noon sakina or tanween, any noon sakina or tanween. You look at the letter after and you figure out which is this letter one of which group, the 4 groups of the alphabet, and then you figure out what's the name of the rule, right? So in iqlab, you look, you find noon sakina or tanween. You look after it, you're gonna find what letter? Ba, right? Just one letter. In izhar, you look at noon sakina or tanween, you don't know the shape of it. You just any noon sakina or tanween, you look after it. What letters you gonna find? Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. And this is extra. If you wanna learn it, learn. If you don't, you don't have to. You just look at this, you know what to do. Just read normally, right? So this is the second group. You have a ba, we have hamza, ha, aynan, ha, ghainan, kha. Okay? And then we have the rest of the alphabet divided in half, not half, and a more letter with the ikhfa. We're gonna have some group for the idgham and the rest of the alphabet for the ikhfa. Okay, right? So now we just like look at it, know what to do, you read it faster, right? You see the tall meme, vibration 2 count. You see this normally. You see this, you have 2 possibilities in your mind, okay? And instead of 4, you have just 2. How to narrow it down and exclude this one very fast, so it's gonna be idgham. You look at the letter after. After what? After the noon sakina or the tanween. And do what? Ask yourself a question. Is the letter after is a waw or a ya or has a shadda? If the answer is no, it is ikhfa right away. So I know it's ikhfa. Okay? Why I do this? No for ikhfa, because ikhfa has a lot of letters. Idgham has 6 letters. The rest of the alphabet gonna have what? It's gonna be ikhfa. So it's gonna happen a lot, right? Most of the time it's gonna be ikhfa. So this way, it helped me to recognize the ikhfa right away, so I exclude it. It's not idgham. So again, if you find noon without any harakat, tilted and away, fathatain or kasratain or 2 dammas, what I'm gonna do, look at the letter after. If it's and ask yourself a question, is it a waw or a ya or has a shadda? If the answer is no, it is ikhfa. Okay, let's learn about the ikhfa. What does ikhfa mean in the language? Ikhfa means to hide something, to hide it. Okay? Hide it. What I'm gonna hide? Again, we're talking about what? The noon sakina or the tanween. So I wanna hide the noon sakina or the tanween. Where I'm gonna hide it? In my nose. Nose. Yes, it's called ghunna. Again, ghunna, remember the first class? The first rule we'll learn is called what? Ghunna, was the what? The mim shaddada or nun mushaddada. Right? But this ghunna is different. The other one, you hold the mim and the noon for 2 count. So ghunna means like at the time, it's like time, it's longer time. And it's a place also. It's coming from the nose. Ghunna always comes from the nose. Remember the mim and the noon, naturally it has a part that happens from the nose. So I'm gonna hide the noon or the tanween in my nose. How I'm gonna hide it in my nose and how much I'm gonna stretch it for. We say for now it's 2 counts. Okay? For now it's 2 counts. But it's slightly shorter than the time of the mim mushaddada or nun mushaddada. Remember? We hold the قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Okay? this gunna is a little bit longer than this one, but we say just to make it easy on people, we hold it for 2 counts. But when you doing it practically, this one is a little slightly tiny bit hair shorter than the other gunna, the mim mushaddada or the nun mushaddada. We're gonna learn it just by practice. When we say the ayat, we're gonna learn this how to do it. So remember in Izhar we're gonna say a normal noon, right? Izhar, normal noon. What is a normal noon? Say N. N. What happened when you say, what part hit what? N. Your tongue of the tongue tip touches what? Hit the palate, right? N. Right? N. This is the normal noon. The normal is hard. The Izhar one, right? What about the hidden noon of Ikhfa? I want to hide it. Okay, I'm not gonna erase it, just hiding it. Where? In my nose. How? Okay, so if this is the upper palate and this is the lower palate and this is my tongue. Okay? Normal noon, I do this in, right? In. This is the normal noon of what? The Izhar. Normal noon. In Ikhfa, I don't want to do normal noon. I want to hide it. How am I gonna hide it? Leave my tongue hanging in the middle of my mouth like this, not touching anything. Just this. Okay? And the sound gonna come from my nose. Right? And I'm gonna move my tongue as I go in the word. I'm gonna see whatever letter that's coming, then I move my tongue to the next letter. Okay? After I finish the time for the gunna. Okay? Example. Surah An-Nas. Al-Falaq. Okay? Min Shar. Right? Surah Al-Falaq. This noon doesn't have harakat, right? Doesn't have anything. So I'm here. Okay? So I have 2 possibilities. In my mind, when I see this noon without harakat, I only have 2 possibilities, not 4 anymore, right? I have this or this. So I want to exclude one of them. I look at the letter after. What's the letter after? Sheen, right? Is it waw? No. Is it a ya? No. Does it have shadda? No. No, right? No for nose. No for nose, N and N. No for nose for Ikhfa, right? So I know the rule name, right? It's Ikhfa, right? How I'm gonna know it? How I'm gonna do it? Min sharri, right? Min, see? Try. Not min anymore. It's not min. It's not normal noon. So min. My tongue is not touching anything. Min. Sound coming from where? Nose, right? And then I do the sheen. Min sharri, right? Try it. Min sharri, right? Min sharri. My tongue is not touching anything in my mouth. It's hanging like this in the middle. Okay? So this is how you do it. This is the ikhfa. Your tongue not touching, because if it touches what? Normal noon. Normal noon is for what? For the Izhar. I don't want to do Izhar. I don't want to show it. I want to hide it on my nose. Min sharri, right? And then I do the next letter. Okay? So no waw, no ya, no shadda, no for nose for ikhfa. No for nose for ikhfa. Right? How I'm gonna do it? Tongue hanging in the middle, not touching anything. Sound gonna come from where? Nose, and then I proceed to the next letter. Okay? The next letter also gonna help me do the right gunna. So not all the gunna for ikhfa, not all the sound gonna sound the same. Okay? Not all of them gonna sound the same. It depends on which letter coming after. So if the letter is this letter a soft letter or heavy letter? Sheen. Is it sheen from qus, sadaqt and qaz or no? No, right? So it's soft. So the gunna gonna sound soft. because I'm moving to the next letter, which is a soft letter. Okay? What if the next letter is a heavy letter?
من قبل. عايزة أجيب لك أقلام بس مش عارفة منين.
تقريبا هم لسه منظفينها. من okay no حركات. This is a noon with no حركات, right? So I have two possibilities again. So in my mind I think like this. I see this. This also by time gonna happen fast. This is in your brain. No noon. It's إخفاء or إدغام. No حركات. No إخفاء or إدغام. Right? Look at the letter after. Is it a waw? No, it's a qaf. Is it a ya? No, it's a qaf. Does it have a shadda? No, it doesn't have a shadda. So no for nose, for ikhfa. How I'm gonna do it? Same thing. My tongue is not gonna touch. I'm not gonna do normal noon. Leave it in the middle of my mouth. And then the sound comes from the nose. And then I move to the next letter, which is qaf, right? And a qaf is what? Heavy letter, right? Khussa ضغط قذ. Remember? Qaf is one of this mnemonic. So qaf is heavy. So the sound of the ghunna gonna sound heavy, right? So it's gonna look like this. من قبل من قبل من شر من قبل من شر. Do you notice the difference? Do you hear the difference? This one is soft. This one is heavy. So not all the ikhfa are gonna sound the same. Depends on the letter following. So min sharri min qabl. That's why it's so important. If you do here or here, if you do this ghunna heavy with soft letter, you're gonna make this letter heavy, right? So it makes sense. You're moving to a soft letter, right? So this. It prepares your tongue to move and do a sound that is soft because the next letter is soft. But if you do this, you make the sheen heavy, right? If you make the ghunna wrong, heavy, you're gonna make this letter heavy too, and it's wrong. So this helps you prepare for the next letter. See, soft and easy. Here, heavy. Because you're going to a heavy letter. Okay, so your recitation gonna sound beautiful because you're going with the rules. Min shari is a soft ghunna followed by a heavy soft letter. Min qabl heavy ghunna followed by a heavy letter. Right? Makes sense? Okay, so this is how to do the ikhfa. You're gonna find a naked noon, tilted and away harakat, followed by no waw, no ya, no shadda, it is ikhfa. No for nose, for ikhfa, right? So what if my answer is yes? That means I'm only left with one possibility, right? If my answer is yes, there's nothing else. I took all the rules. So there is nothing else. The rule is gonna be idgham. What does idgham mean in the language? Idgham means merging. So something gonna merge into something else. It's like erasing. It's not there anymore. What I'm gonna merge, erase. Noon sakina or tanween. Remember, all these rules applies to what? Noon sakina or tanween. So I'm gonna merge a noon sakina or the tanween. So now I'm gonna find waw or ya or shadda. So this is the only time that I'm gonna tell you that now you have to learn the letters that gonna come after the idgham. Okay? Why the idgham is special? Because they have two subtypes. Two subtypes of idgham. Okay? There is idgham with ghunna, and there's idgham without ghunna. Idgham bi ghunna, idgham bidun ghunna. Okay? We know the gunna from before. Gunna we're gonna hold. Gunna is longer than anything else. So idgham, we have two subtypes. Idgham bi gunna and idgham bidun gunna. Idgham bi gunna, we have some letters that have to be following. Mnemonic, remember mnemonic? What's the mnemonic? When you gather some letters, put it in a word to learn it. So the mnemonic for idgham is yanmu, the gunna, idgham bi gunna. The mnemonic for bidun gunna, just two letters, the lam and the ra. Okay, so now you have to learn these 6 letters, very easy. Okay, yanmu, lam, ra. Some people put them in one word and they say yarmalun, so they are not in order, scattered. I like to do it this way because yanmu is the one with gunna, lam, ra is the one without gunna. Some people, you may have heard it before, they put them just letters for idgham, yarmalun, just one word. I like to do it this way because yanmu is the idgham that has gunna. Lam ra is idgham bidun gunna. Okay. Again, I looked and I found the word with no harakat on the noon or tanween that looks this way or to the way. What did I do? I looked at the letter after and I asked myself a question. Is the letter after has a waw, ya, or shadda? And I find waw or ya or shadda after what? After the nun or tanween, right? So I looked in here and I find for these, you're always gonna find the noon and the meme looking like this. Has a shadda. After this shape, you're gonna find yanmu word or lam ra.